Hello, welcome to my channel and thanks for tuning into this video. Today I wanted to do a little hybrid video, so I'm just going to be putting on some makeup. I'm going to be doing this makeup look, and while I'm doing that I'm going to be talking about some newly released and upcoming releases in makeup that I'm excited about and that I've either ordered already or am planning to order. So I'm going to be talking about Natasha Denona, Pat McGrath, Westman Atelier, a little bit more on the Lisa Eldridge, and a couple more things. So if you'd like to see that, just keep on watching. All right, let's get started with some bronzer. So I'm going to be using my Salt New York bronzer and contour. And I'm just going to use my Sigma Duo Fiber brush for that, and I'm mixing the two shades together. The first one I'll talk about is the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. It's coming out in the midi size, or it has come out, and I have ordered it. So it looks pretty. I went back and forth on whether I was going to get this palette because I just bought the bronze palette and it looks like there are some similar tones going on between the two palettes, but we'll see. I like those midi sized palettes, and I think I have all of them at this point, so it seems to be that whether I buy them when they're released or sometimes I buy them around a year after they've been released, I end up getting all of those midi sized ones. So I figured I'd be buying it at some point anyway, so I might as well get it now, and then I can do a review on my channel for it. That should be coming pretty soon. I ordered it from Sephora and it's on its way to me. Gonna do my little lip shading situation, again mixing those two colors together. And what else can we talk about? Oh, another thing that has already been released that I've ordered is the Fenty Brightfix Eye Brightening Concealer. So it's like a concealer in a little sort of squeezy tube type of thing, and I'm not quite sure what to expect from it. I think it's kind of like quite a moisturizing concealer, not too high coverage, and just, to me, I'm imagining a hybrid between like an eye cream and a brightener and a concealer all in one. So I'm not sure if that's accurate, but we'll see what that's like. So that's on its way to me from Sephora. I'm gonna throw a little bit of blush on, rose and maybe a little bit of raspberry on top. Might just start with the rose though. Anyway, I'm thinking that Fenty product will hopefully go nicely with the Ease Drops and just any kind of light makeup look. I'm wondering if it can be used just on its own too, just for sort of under the eye and spot concealing for a really light, no makeup look. I'm gonna pat some of that rose blush on my lips too. I'm planning to put lipstick on later, but it's nice to have a little bit of a tint. All right, I'm gonna leave the face there for now and let's move on to eyes. So my idea for the eyes today is to do a brown and purple look. So let's see how that works out. Starting with the Victoria Beckham palette. This is Signature, and this is the only one of her eye bricks that I have, but I'm gonna be using, well, probably most of these shades, but especially the browns here. And then for my purples, I'm gonna go into the Glam Light Ice Cream palette. One other thing that I have coming to me, I actually ordered it from Nordstrom, is the new MAC Face and Body Foundation. So I ordered it in the shade W0. I've never tried the foundation before, and I've always been curious about it ever since I saw Mary Greenwell. She did like a no makeup for fair skin. I think that was the theme of the video. She did that on Lisa Eldridge's channel years ago, and ever since I saw that video, I've been really interested in the MAC Face and Body Foundation. Because that's what she used in that video. But for that one, I think she had to mix a shade of the foundation with the white shade because there wasn't a sort of straightforward shade of the foundation that was light enough for the client. And that's kind of what always stopped me from buying the foundation, because I knew I would probably have to buy the white to mix in with it, and I just didn't really want to make that investment. So now they've come out with more shades in this re-promotion or reformulation of the product, And so I think that hopefully the one that I've ordered will actually be light enough for me on its own. So I've just put that on my eyes, and now I'm going to start building the browns a little bit. So going with this one here. And then with my mini booster, I'm going to go into that darkest brown shade. While I'm using the Victoria Beckham palette, now is a good time to talk about the new Victoria Beckham bronzers. So those just came out at the end of last week. I think there are 5 shades, either 4 or 5. I've ordered the lightest one. I think it's described as amber bronzers for fair to light skin. It looks really nice. I haven't seen anyone swatch it or use it yet, you know, other than what's on the Victoria Beckham website. So I don't quite know what to expect in terms of the shades, but I've heard that the formula is really nice from the couple of reviews that I've seen of it. And I'm really looking forward to using that. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. I did pay for express shipping on that one because Victoria Beckham can take a pretty long time to get to me, and especially since their standard shipping now is done through Canada Post. So it's sent from the States to Canada through the USPS and then through Canada Post, and it has typically taken like a couple of weeks or even 3 weeks for her stuff to get to me. So I really didn't want to have to wait that long, so I paid for express shipping. It says it's supposed to come tomorrow, Wednesday, or probably today if you're watching this, but I kind of expect it to come the day after that. But anyway, I will be reviewing that and really looking forward to that. It has, each of the shades has actually 2 bronzer shades in it, so the idea is to do your overall bronzing with the lighter of the 2 shades and then use the deeper one as more for shading and a little bit of a contour. So should be really nice, and looking forward to that one. I'm going to put the browns under my eyes too, but again, I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to start with that, then build a little bit of that, and then a bit of that on top. All right, so there's the basis for my eye look, and I'm finished with the Victoria Beckham for now, I think. And gonna move on to the Glam Light palette. And I want basically a purple lid. So I think what I'll do is put down a matte first. So I'm gonna use this one, Honey Lavender. And then I'm going to put probably Blueberry Cheesecake, this shimmer on top. Actually, I'm thinking the Honey Lavender is looking a bit gray on its own, so I'm gonna add Mochi, so Mochi and Honey Lavender mixed together for my matte. Another thing that's been released already and is on its way to me is the Roèn Mood Forever palette. It's another one of their little quads of their cream shadows, so that's coming. I'm excited for that. I really like the 2 quads of theirs that I have now. I have the warm one, 75 degrees, and I have the 1111 one, and I think they're just really great for super easy, quick, and beautiful eye looks. And so I've got the new one, Mood Forever, coming, and I also ordered the cool one at the same time. So I figured I could complete my Rowan quad collection that way. So those are coming, and I will be reviewing the Mood Forever palette, and I'm sure you'll see the Cool Tone 52 Degrees palette on my channel in the future as well. Now, coming at the end of May is Pat McGrath's new release. So I think there's another eye quad in there. There's probably a couple of lips, I don't really know, but the main thing is the blushes. So she's finally coming out with blushes. They're powder blushes, and I think there are 9 shades of them. They look really nice. They have a beautiful embossing in them, but I don't really know anything about what to expect from them in terms of the texture and pigmentation and so on. So I'm hoping for a nice, obviously smooth texture and very buildable. I hope they're not too pigmented, but we'll have to see. My preference is just to have more lightly pigmented sheer type blushes that I can build up, but we'll see. I will probably get 1 to 3 shades of that. I'm going to be buying all the new Lisa Eldridge blushes, or hopefully if I can get my hands on them in time, which is going to be 6 new shades. I've got some of the new Hermes blushes. There are a lot of blushes coming out, and I love Pat McGrath, but it's not as exciting for me as some of these other releases have been. So I definitely want to try the formula, but I might end up just getting 1 shade, or there were 3 shades that looked most interesting to me. So there's one that's kind of like, it's almost like a cool toned sort of lavender pink color that I'm quite interested in. And there's one that looks like a really bright poppy red, which looks really nice. And then, you know, maybe another one like a peach or one of the pinks or something like that. So we'll just have to wait and see again for more information on that, but I will be getting at least one of those blushes to try out. And I know a lot of people are really excited for that release because people have been asking for Pat McGrath to come out with blushes for a long time, and it's finally happening, so it's exciting. Okay, I think the eyes are pretty good. That's what they're looking like. And I just want to finish off with my tight lining. I'm going to use Chantecaille Jasper, and then I'm going to put the Marc Jacobs mascara on, and then I'm going to be back and we'll finish everything up, and I have a couple more things that I wanted to talk about, so I'll be right back. Okay, eyes are finished, and I just remembered about the Salt Lilac shade. I have to use some of that with this purple look. So I'm just going to pat a little bit of that on. I only have the rose shade on so far. I didn't bother with any of the raspberry. And I think this is a really great accent color with rose. I haven't tried this combination yet. I like that. Obviously, I had my base done before I started this video, so all the information of everything I used is going to be listed below as usual. Now for highlight, I'm going to go in with my Westman Atelier Lit highlighter. And now is the perfect time to talk about what's coming from Westman Atelier. And so I think it should be available today if you're watching this on Wednesday when I'm planning to post it. And that is the new lip suede. So they already have one of the little lip suede palettes. It has brighter colors in it, and I don't have that, but I had heard a rumor a few months ago that they might be coming out with a nude version of that little lip palette, and they have. So I think it should be available now. I'm definitely planning on getting that. It looks absolutely stunning. Try to put a picture up here. And the packaging is just so pretty. It's sort of like a nude cream color, and all of the shades inside look amazing, and I can just already imagine mixing different shades together and getting different effects on the lips. So I'm super, super excited for that little palette, and we'll definitely be getting that and reviewing it on my channel. It's called Les Nudes. I'm gonna finish off with lips. I'm just gonna take off that rose tint that I have on so that my lipstick will go on really nicely. And I'm gonna start with Snob from MAC. I may just leave it at this. We'll see how it looks, or I may add something else on top of it. So this is a really kind of cool toned pink shade. Quite cool toned. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of something a bit warmer on top just to tone it down a bit. It's a fun shade though. Okay, I think I'm gonna top it off with this Lisa Eldridge Muse gloss because this is quite a bit warmer. Let's just see how that looks together. There, I think that's just a little bit of a more wearable color. So the last thing I just wanted to mention is the Lisa Eldridge release again. I've done a whole video on sort of preparing for that release and going through what she's told us in her newsletter and some things that have been referred to in a couple of articles about the collection. But there was actually a video put up on the same day that I recorded that video by the Sunday Times Style, and that shows a lot more of the collection. So you're able to see 5 of the blush shades, I think, in that video. I took some screenshots, so I'm going to put them up. You can see those blush shades. You can also, she talks about all of the different highlighter shades and describes them, and you can see those are written in the description box of my last video, preparing for the Lisa Eldridge release video, which will be linked below. And you could also see all 4 of the new gloss shades. You can indeed see the Affair shade. You can see Songbird, which is a beautiful nude pink. And you can see the one that I assume is the shade Charm, the shimmery pink one. And then there's another that's a really bright, vibrant, purpley pink, very cool toned pink. And I think that might be a gloss version of the Velvet Carnival lipstick. I'm not sure, but that's just my thought looking at the shade. It looks sort of similar to that one. And then she also had the Luxuriously Lucent lipsticks all lined up. So it looks like there are either 5 or 7 new shades coming. There were 7 lined up, but I think the 2 on the end might have been Go Lightly and Love of My Life, which are the previously released shades. I'm not 100% certain, but I think so. And then it looks like there are 5 other ones. And it looks like 3 nudes for like different skin tones. I think those would be the My Lips But Better shades that she mentioned in her newsletter. So 3 nudes of varying depth. And then it looks like sort of a nude rosy, sort of cool toned color. And then there's a really bright sort of poppy orange coral that looks really beautiful. So a little bit more information on that, and I highly recommend you watch that Sunday Times Style video. And hopefully Lisa's going to be coming out with her video very soon where she shows us everything and tells us more about everything. Maybe it's up now by the time you're watching this. I hope so. That's about it on the upcoming releases and new releases that I wanted to talk about. This here is the completed makeup look. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video. It was lots of fun to do. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to see those below. If you'd like to see more from me and you haven't subscribed to my channel already, I would really love for you to do so. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.